Hi everyone, welcome back to another round of the OSR V8 development series here on iRacing. This week, round 7, we're at Twin Ring Matigi. Key points tonight: we need to watch out for dive bombers under brakes. It's quite difficult to see and judge cars from behind because it's a night race, and also because of that tyre heat. It could be an issue in the opening laps. Got to be patient when the lights go green until we get into a rhythm. Our goal is to complete the race with 0 incidents, which I haven't been able to do this season yet. Drive within my comfort zone and know my limits. A straight car is a fast car at the end of the race. Finished the race in a higher position than I started, as per normal. The race result, I ended up with 3 incident points. Finished the race inside the top 10 with a teammate, and a cautious start resulted in a good finishing position. So overall, I had a really good race with those that were around me, and the end result was my best finish of the season. Sit back, hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching.
Good luck all drivers tonight. Good luck everyone.
Here we are on the grid at Twin Ring Matigi tonight.
Good luck tonight, gentlemen. Please give everyone extra room through this first lap here. It does get very tight just after the bridge.
We've got 40 odd cars on the grid tonight. We were starting out at position 21. Didn't have a great qualifying lap. Very hard to get a clean bit of track.
Good luck.
So we'll get ready, lights to go green. Revs start to build. And we're off. Looks like some carnage on the right here already. Julian there was blinking in front of us. Don't like being on the inside down through here, particularly on lap 1, turn 1. We've got Ben on our right out here. Let's try not to watch too wide. Joel's trying to sneak through with him as well. Another car loose. Another 2 cars loose up here. Well, it was an eventful few corners. So we started in position 21 and halfway around, I think we might be inside the top 10 already.
Really, dude? Come on, you can't re-entry like that.
My teammate Jace has copped the raw end of the stick. Ben running a little bit wide there, but it's okay. We've got Joel up here behind us. I think he's going to have a dive under brakes. Going into the last corner here, we'll let him through. Oh, and he's had to pull it up tight.
Sorry.
That's alright, Joel. Let's let Liam through. They gave him a free position, and yes, we're up into 9. So that means we were in 7th there at one point. Tyres are still a little bit green. Only a lap into it. Another lap, I reckon we might be up to temperature, but at the moment, just nice and steady on the accelerator. So we've got Julian again behind us, so he started just in front of us on the grid, so he had a good start as well. Looks like he may have followed us through the chaos. So we've got Julian just over half a second behind us as we approach the last corner here on end of lap 2. He may have a brake dive under here. There he goes. That's the exact reason why I don't run a black car. Very, very hard to see, particularly on a night race like this. Those headlights that we have don't do a lot to give a true indication of where or who's behind you. A little bit wide through that corner, but we might be able to keep it tight through here as we do. Back up to 4th. Don't get on that accelerator too early. So we're still sitting in 10th, made the top 10 already. Good start to the race, so it's 2.5 laps down out of 26. Tyres and the car in general starting to feel a bit more comfortable now, so it's a matter about keeping into a rhythm. Try and keep those off tracks with the incidents to a minimum, and do our best to latch onto the back of the top 10 here. We've got Shane behind it. We've had a few runs with Shane in the past, and he's proven to be a good guy to race with. Oh, sorry Shane. Looks like he's got a new livery today or tonight. That may be a reason, simply because we're doing a night race. Yellow's a bit easier to see than the car that was in front of us. Just dropping back a bit off the top 9 here. If Joel, Liam and Julian get into a bit of a battle though, we might be able to catch back up. Missed my gear change there obviously, which hurt my corner exit speed. Very easy to get on the accelerator too early out of this corner. Just got to be patient. Back down to 2nd, hit the apex. Get the car straight and back on the gas. So it looks like everybody around me is settled into a bit of a groove. Still have Shane sitting 0.3 behind me, so I don't think he'll do anything under brakes. Not this stage anyway, but very important to try and keep the car straight and clean this early in the race. If you bin it now and end up having to go back to the pits, you end up back with the riff-raff, which we've all been there. But that's when your incident points can start to build up. So a minute 23 last time round, minute 23 and a half. So my best lap time in practice before tonight was a minute 22 and a half. So we're still about a second off our optimum pace. It's still quite early in the race as well. Oh, I thought Julie might have been having a look at Liam there. That marks another lap down, that's 5 down. Now we're down into the minute 22s. Nah, you're right Shane, that was my fault, I outbraked myself there.
Thanks mate.
Don't think I got any damage from that, it was only a bit of a light kiss in the side.
Thanks, Mitchell.
And I think I did that last lap. Just a downshift gear change. So we're well and truly lost the guys in front of us for the moment. They're a good 5.5 seconds down the road. Shane's dropped back to a 1.5 seconds behind us, so immediate pressure's off there, but Knowing Shane, he'll bounce back, put in a couple of good lap times, and he'll be on my hammer before I know it. Or I'll make a mistake. The latter's probably more likely to happen. But if we can pull a gap between ourselves from Bob King and Matt Canby, going too wide into this corner, that can only help me. Back down to the third, stay in the gear right through these sections, careful not to get on the grass and cut the corner, up to fourth. So we've gained a second and a half from the guys in front of us in just under a lap. Just goes to prove, if you start fighting for position, how much it can affect your lap times. Liam, Ben and Julian all up there at the moment within a second of each other. Maybe lucky enough to pick up some pieces if they come together shortly. Might be within striking distance.
Thank you.
Back down to second gear. Get the car straight, back on the accelerator. And we've got Peter up here on the right hand side. I think this is in the yellow. So coming up to lap traffic. There's Shane behind us. Does a bit of cross country. Let's see if Pete does the right thing here. He had a shocking run at Phillip Island last week, I think, and looks like as he moves across. Thanks, Pete. Looks like he's had another bad start to another week.
Thanks, Papa.
So while all that's going on, with the help of a back marker or two, we're now within 2.5 seconds of the group in front. So we've halved the gap that was there. As we come around Tristan, we're about to put him a lap down. But, Tristan's only new to the V8s, I think, so it takes a little while to come to terms with these cars. Thanks, Tristan. Got through there without any real dramas. Just goes to show what being patient can do. And we're still 2.5 seconds behind Liam in front, so we've lost nothing there. Good to see my old sparring partner Jason Reese back there in 13th position, so he started behind me on the grid, so he's had an absolute blitzer of the start as well. If you know any of Jason's racing, it's consistency is his strong point. The result just outside the top 10, and he's sitting there again tonight, so testament to that. I think 12th at Phillip Island last week, and here we are just starting the 10th lap, and he's up to 13th already. Considering I think there was 42 cars on the grid to start with tonight. Careful not to cut this corner too much. I think you get about a 1.2 second slowdown just by nicking the grass. So by cutting that corner there, you definitely lose more than you gain. Once you come through some tyre brake lock-up. Looks like Liam's just fallen off the back of these guys in front of us, so we may go to jump into the back of him. 2 seconds up the road, he doesn't need to be watching his mirrors just yet, but if we just keep hitting our braking markers and hit the apex, he may slowly come back to us. Bit twitchy under brakes through there. As we approach the 150 metre mark here, back down to third gear. Slow in, fast out. Stay in third. Once again, be careful not to cut that corner. Maintain the gear through here. Quick shift up to fourth. Make sure the car's straight on the accelerator. 100 metre mark. Start shifting back down to third, into second. Looks like Joel and Julian there coming together. Liam's got the benefit of that. Stick down inside of Joel here.
Now got to pass these guys again.
Joel's definitely quicker than I am, so I might pull over here on the straight and let him by and tuck in under his wing. I'd rather have him in front of me than have to watch my mirrors and run the risk of getting hit from behind. It's a better transition through those vessels. Still got Shane 1 second behind us, so he's waiting to pounce if we make a mistake. Back down in third gear, hug the curb. Careful not to get on the accelerator too early. Back down 2 gears. Early turn in, let it roll through the corner. A little bit twitchy under brakes, but we're still on the back of Joel here. So as we start lap 13, we're about the halfway mark of the race. Got Liam and Julian having a good battle in front of us here. Certainly not close enough to have a good look there at Joel, but just let him know we're still there. It's a bit dangerous. Missed the apex of that corner completely. Up 1, down 2 gears, turn in. We've got Shane right on our tail now. This corner, really breaks my lap. Just can't seem to get it right. There's one corner I need to focus on and get right. It's that one there, I reckon. Back down to third. Little brake lock up. Stay nice and tight through here. Quick shift to fourth. So Joel and Julian right in front of us now. I reckon Julian may got to slow down the way we've caught him quite quickly. So Joel gets through. Looks like a couple of guys in front are taking the opportunity to make a pit stop at the halfway point. In goes Joel. Careful not to cut the grass too much there and get yourself a slowdown or an off track. So as we start lap 15 now, we find ourselves up into 6th. Certainly didn't think that was possible from where we were starting 15 odd laps ago. My teammate Jace is up into the top 10 now. He's up into 9th, which is actually probably 8th while we look at the standings in the relative box.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks Luke for letting us through there. Nobody's willing to blink just yet in regards to pit stop strategy. Shane behind us having a quick look through the last corner. Thanks Kev. Lo and behold, we're now up into 4th. Albeit due to pit stops, but we'll take it nonetheless. Leader's only 6 seconds up the road at the moment. There he is in the white car, doing a quick brake lock up. We should probably think about pitting relatively soon. Don't know whether I want to stay out if Julian ducks into the pits, or if we decide to follow him in and try and beat him in the pits rather than do the undercut. Don't tend to have too much luck trying that, so if he pits I think we might pit. He's on the right hand side of the track here. Yep, in he goes. Careful not to go too quick, and he turns in awfully early there. Well, we gained a fair bit of time on me too. Rightio. That should do us, I think. Got about 10 or 11 laps to go. Oh, we've got Julian right behind us coming out of the pits. I think he overshot his pit box, which is the only reason we managed to come out in front. Now, cold tyres, very, very careful. As I say that, brake lock up and go too deep. Oh, stay on the track, stay on the track, stay on the track. Let Julian through. Just nice and steady through here. Let's get the car straight. And of course what I do, stay off the wall. That was a light kiss. There goes our teammate. And Damien's in front of us now, so he's up in 18th, so he was a lap down, so I really don't know where that's going to put us in the scheme of things. Just as I come out on cold tyres and say one thing, I go and do another. Geez, that turned around pretty quick. Anyway, eyes forward.
Thanks, Manny.
I think I saw Jason in the pits at the same time we did, so I reckon he's already made his pit stop. Let's see where we are on the track now. Now we should be in 13th. Now we might be in 12th.
What was that?
Not sure just who hit the back of Jace there going into turn 1, but can't see any damage, he looks alright. Eyes forward Jace, keep going.
Yeah, and you need to leave your room on the outside.
So, despite my little off-track excursion there last lap, I'm thinking I'm in 12th position. So Jace is 1.5 seconds up the road, but the guys in front of him were 8 seconds in front of me, so that's a bit of a gap we need to make up. We've only got about 8 laps left to go, so it's just second a lap. A very big ask to do. So unless there's someone in front of us who hasn't pitted. Across the line, 12th position. Just got to make sure we hit our braking markers, don't lock up the tyres. Don't accelerate too early. And try not to have any more off tracks. So I got one incident for that little kiss against the wall. So there goes my theory of having 0 incidents for this race. Another opportunity lost. So there are some guys in front of me who hadn't pitted. Sounds like the leader of the race was in the pits now.
What was that, lad?
Little brake block up there by Jace. I don't think it cost him too much time. We've got Bruce 4.8 seconds. Try not to run too wide out of here. So we've got Bruce 4 or 5 seconds behind us. We've had some good races with Bruce in the past too, so if I don't make any mistakes, I don't think he's going to catch me. We're pretty similar on speed. Got a good healthy respect for each other. Unfortunately though, I think because of my little spin here a couple of laps ago, I've lost contact with Shane, who I was battling with before the pit stop area. So I presume he's further up the track than I am, unless he's had an incident as well. I haven't heard anything on the radio.
Thanks a lot, mate.
So within half a second of Jace now. Oop. Smoke, tyres, cars everywhere. 1, 2, 3. 4 cars. Not sure exactly who was involved in that. Whether they were all cars in front of me or whether there was a lap car. Let's give Jason plenty of room here.
Thanks,
Little brake lock up.
through, Joe.
Let's have a drag race down the straight.
Thanks.
He had a lot better drive out of that corner.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Jace. Actually, Shane's now behind Jace, so he might have been, I presume he was just caught up in that incident on the last lap. I hope that wasn't the commentator's curse.
Thank you.
If it was, mate, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Oop, concentrate here, Jason. So we found ourselves back up into the top 10, sitting in 8th. So we've got Liam up the road, actually we might be in 7th. Liam up the road in 6th. A good 7 seconds up the road, but if I can stay on the track. Earlier in the race we proved we were quicker than Liam over a few laps, so what are we left with now? 5 laps to go and 7 seconds up the road. It's probably not going to happen. I think Jay's having a cheeky look under brakes there. Probably because I left the door open. Like I said, that corner is my nemesis as far as this track goes. Got Tristan in front of us again. Still circulating with a straight car, so he's actually doing pretty well to be avoiding everybody that's coming through. Thanks again, Tris. 100 metre mark, back down into second. So Jason's got through, or not yet. Now he's got through. Shane's got through. And we've got Andrew in front of us between us and Liam. Giving themselves a good second buffer from Jace behind us and 2 seconds from Shane. They might end up fighting it out for a rounding up the top 10 positions. If they do that, we can give ourselves a bit of a buffer or a breather. Four laps to go. Brake lock up in front of us from Andrew. Didn't get a lot of time to practice this week, this track. Went away go-kart racing last weekend with the kids. And my 10-year-old walked away with second place in his class. And my 8-year-old walked away with second place in her class. So had a good weekend trackside with some friends. Good bunch of kids they all race against. Come around, Andrew moves across to the right for us. Thanks, Andrew. Craig, we're on the left hand side here into the braking zone, mate. Good man, thanks buddy. Rightio, Liam, 4 seconds up the road. Here we are in 7th. Don't know how that happened.
Sorry mate, I got damaged. Thanks, Peter.
Well, we're sitting in 8th position, but we're snuck up one somewhere. 2.5 laps to go with 5 laps of fuel left. Once again, 5 seconds up the road Liam is, and we've got 2.5 laps to catch him. I think we might have to settle here for 7th place, which isn't exactly a bad result, considering where we started. Another lap down, 2 to go. Back to 3rd.
Didn't mean to hold you up. All good, man.
Nice and easy, 2 laps to go, don't want to bin it now. We've got Jace a second behind us. Make that half a second. I don't think he's going to do anything silly there. To be honest, I think he's got his hands full with Shane in his mirrors. Little brake lock up from Joel in front of us. White flag, 1 lap to go. .7 lap time. Not quick, but just a nice steady lap. One of my goals was to stay within my comfort zone and not push the driving too hard. Back down to 2nd, keep it tight through here. Under the bridge for the last time. Back down to 3rd. A little bit wide through there than I'd like. Normally try and keep it a bit tighter. As the fireworks go off, as the leader crosses the finish line. Nothing between Jace and Shane behind us. This could get interesting. And Jace has got the inside line, I think. Yeah, he does. There's a good run out and across the line. Bam, thank you very much. 7th place. 6th place. What happened there? Don't know how that happened. I didn't see anyone off the track. Unless someone's internet dropped out or may have ran out of fuel or could have gone into the pits for whatever reason on the last lap. Anyway, we'll take it. That puts us on the back of the top 5. Starting from 21st on the grid. And only ended up with 3 marks against my name. Thanks to Shane and Jace there for some good racing behind us.
James got no mic.
And
Awesome race again, Shane. Thank you.
Joel
mate.
also in the early parts of the race.
I'll see you next week, eh?
Yeah, good race, Jade.
Good race, the other Jason. Flap.
Thanks, matey. As we make our way into our pit bay. Pit box, pull him up. And that's another race done. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully see you next week for another round of the OSR Dev Series. Thanks for watching.
You're not wrong there, mate.